In this video, I will explain the main themes of 2026 and I'll explain who will have a good year, who will have a bad year. So the main overarching theme of this year is action. So everyone should know the one, because this is 2026, it's one universal year. One is the initiation, it is the action, it is the catalyst of something new. That's what one is, right? So action, starting something new is imperative, especially something to do with sports or exercise will always be beneficial this year, because again, you're adding two parts of the one energy together: athleticism and action or initiation. So new sports will be a very big theme this year. There's kind of synchronizing with the fact that there is 2026 World Cup, but as a whole, sports will be very, very let's say monumental in pop culture this year. The same thing with politics. Politics will be a big theme, and so will stuff like kings, queens, because Sun is the ruler of the one. Sun rules kings, queens, politics, all that. So potentially there's maybe a new coronation this year too. People will have a higher sense of self this year, meaning people will be more prideful, arrogant, egotistical, because obviously that is also what one energy is. So do acknowledge that about yourselves and realize that you will act more often from a higher sense of ego, and obviously dial that back, because you don't want to do that. Think with your head, not with your ego. Then this is also where people are going to be more argumentative, disagreeable, more independent. People won't listen to others as much. So you'll see this more, let's say at work. People will be more argumentative. People will chat back to their bosses. People won't listen to their bosses. You'll see a lot of this. HR is going to be wild. And in terms of who will do well this year, so obviously it's a horse year, meaning that also that is another reason why in terms of sports will be a big theme. Horses, if you don't know, are very sporty people. These people will do well this year. So this is for the Chinese zodiac, obviously I put the trine of the horse and the soulmate is the goat. If you didn't know that, you know that now. Then in terms of the numerological side, if you would want your own in-depth analysis on your birth chart, where obviously I can get more specific about what's happening this month, the coming months, etc., because there is also the certain time period that you're running, which will affect and influence what I'm saying in this video, then go on to my landing page, book a reading with me, or if you want just a forecast reading, just message me on WhatsApp or Instagram. One lifepath will always do well. 2/11s will also do well, and people born on those days, I'll put that there. Why? You're always going to do well in your own energy, because you're going with the energetic flow per se. Everything's aligning. There isn't any bumps or traffic in the road per se, let's say. Then 11s, 11 has a lot of one energy. It's literally 2 ones. Then the one, obviously, the 2 ones equals the 2. Divine masculine is the 1. Divine feminine is the 2. Good match. Honorable mention is the 9. You can say the 9 just because the Mars rules 9, Sun rules 1. Mars and Sun get along very, very well. Where does the Sun get exalted? Yes, it gets exalted in the sign of Mars, Aries. Additionally, from an astrological perspective, this is the year where Jupiter goes into Cancer. Now, what does that mean? Firstly, it means as a macro, teachings or teachers, especially Jupiter goes into Cancer, I believe, in June. So this is where you'll see the gurus, the true gurus pop up, because Jupiter is the guru, it's the teacher, and Jupiter in Cancer is where it's exalted, meaning it's at its highest state. So yeah, this is where you'll see the pure gurus get their recognition. Let's say it like that. People that will do well in especially this time period are people that have Jupiter in water signs, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then people that have Jupiter in Capricorn, because Jupiter in Cancer looks at the Capricorn, meaning it gives its blessings. Additionally, in terms of conflicts, I don't think this is the year where the conflicts die down in the world, purely because 1 isn't a peaceful number. That's more, you can say, next year, in 2027, especially because it's a goat year, but from other things too. But yeah, I wouldn't really say so. If it were to happen, it would be after Jupiter gets into Cancer. But then I believe, I don't know if it's 2027 or 2028 when Saturn goes into Aries. Now, if that happens in 2027, I wouldn't say so. I don't think the conflict dies down. But yeah. Also, if you would like a more tailored version of what I'm saying, because there will be things that I say that won't be relevant for you because of the personal year you're in, the time period you're running in astrology, reading and analysis of the time period you will be running and the forecast of 2026, message me on WhatsApp or Instagram for a reading of 2026. I can give you that. That's easy. Then I am releasing in the coming weeks a school's app. It is where I have released an extensive ebook, loads of chapters on Chinese astrology, numerology, a bit of Vedic astrology, and this isn't gatekeeping. There's no gatekeeping. I've given pretty much everything I know on numerology and Chinese astrology. I am going to be releasing new chapters every month, and there will be weekly calls. This is where, if you don't want to spend however much on a reading, you can join this. It's only $28 a month. It's not a lot of money. $28 in the UK at least. That's fucking one decent meal. So yeah, join up.